Someone.
And see.
Hello, everyone. It's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan. There's DJ Martinez. And
It's
look,
me.
look, Jason's joining us again.
Yep.
Jason, what episode are we watching of Power Rangers Turbo? And would you kindly read the synopsis on Netflix for us?
Sure.
Oh.
Wait and see.
Wait and see. No, wait. We'll wait for Jason because he thinks that's hilarious.
Demon Talk sends Noombor to cause Angel Grove to sink into the ocean. Is that a small town or something?
It can't decide. It never knows.
While Kat worries about her weight.
That is hands down the best synopsis we've had so far. Okay, you know what? You might think Wait and See is hilarious. I'm cracking up at Numborb.
Numbor, because he bores into... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So is he going to be like a giant number guy that bores
Like a drill?
Is he?
Like he's a drill?
See,
Like
I'm
Dig
just
Dug.
imagining like a huge two that just like bores underground.
No, I'm thinking of like a boar that has coat all over him.
That's actually really cool. That's too cool. There's no way that's what it is.
No,
So
that
he's
would
got-
be that's Numbor with an A.
Yeah. Well, we've allowed our imaginations to run wild with ourselves, which means we're going to be
We're all gonna be
disappointed.
disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. I want to show you guys another of my Power Rangers board game figures that I've painted, if you'll indulge me. I've been getting really into painting lately, and Jason and I are hardcore into the Power Rangers miniatures game. We own everything they've made so far, and there's more stuff coming out pretty soon. We're really excited about it. We're about to get Machine Empire, and we're about to get Psycho Rangers. We're really super excited about it. And they also just announced a bunch of other new things, DJ. I don't know if I told you this, including one of the things that's coming out next year is they're putting out all of the second string rangers from the second season with their own sculpts and new sets of cards. So they already had so like Kat and Aisha and Adam and those guys, and they had their own character cards before, but now they're finally going to have their own sets of cards. And Jonathan Yin, the guy who makes the game, is obsessed with Adam. It's his favorite ranger. Just like DJ, and so all of the Adams so far have been awesome, and so everybody's really excited for Mighty Morphin Adam and what his deck's going to look like. But anyway, so here comes my Lord Zed, and
It's glorious.
I have spent more time on him than anything because I had to get him as perfect as I could. And I'm still tweaking him. There's still a couple things on him that I think are, and I don't know how well you guys can see this, but there's a couple little sloppy things I'm still kind of working on, but I've been putting a lot of detail into this, and I went with a, instead of the silver I've got now, it used to be gray, and it pops a lot more now because I went over that with silver, and anyway, I'm really happy with how he turned out. And it's just such a good figure. I love the pose. I love everything about it. This was from the first Kickstarter set, which was just this huge, massive set that had a whole bunch of really great monsters, and Scorpina was in that, Finster was in that, and they're slowly putting these out for regular retail now, but with different sculpts. So if you got the original Kickstarter stuff, you still get sculpts that are harder to get now. Whenever they do a new Kickstarter, they become available again, so usually you can go back and get them, but I mean, it's an expensive set. I got lucky and I bought out a collection, so I was able to get them. So anyway, eventually there will be another Lord Zed in a different pose, and I can't wait to see what it is. I kind of hope he's sitting on a throne. That's what I hope. I hope we get a throne I can paint.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And that'd be really cool.
Bum, bum.
What would be even better would be one of those, but this size. That would be the best. Anyway, I digress.
would
If they made
also
the game for
super
you,
big.
that would be what it would be.
Sometimes it feels like they do make the game for me. We already have not one but two Gold Rangers, two Gold Ranger poses. I have both of them. I have Gold Ranger dice. We've got Trey and Jason. Sometimes it feels like they did make this game for me.
I need to do red and gold. I need to do Jason and Jason.
Double gold is really overpowered and almost breaks the game. It's really fun to play them both at the same time. Anyway, if you've not played the game, you don't have any idea what I'm talking about. But it's a lot of fun, and we're going to try to teach it to DJ at some point. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So episode 11, Wait and See. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're back to more Power Rangers Turbo. If you're watching live, thanks a bunch for doing it with us. It's not that funny. All right, here we go.
No, it's better when we worry about Kat's weight.
Get to timestamp 0. Let's get started. Everybody, please press play right now. But just remember, DJ, revenge is always sweet, even if it's politically incorrect. What are you laughing at?
It's fun to watch this through children's eyes again, isn't
It really is. So, wait, what are we laughing at?
To the right, to the left.
Does anybody else feel like we're in Batman 89 right now? In the sequence with the news anchors? where they get hit with Joker with Joker toxin? Because that's what it feels like right now.
When Porthole's on the ground, he looks like a beanbag chair.
Oh my gosh.
He was just like laying on the ground.
Divatox should just lounge on him right now.
Yeah.
Smilex.
So Angel Grove has cliffs that they just ran aground.
Yes, Stephen Murphy. Hasbro and Saban do indeed endorse that product. It is an official licensed game that Renegade makes. They have the license, which is the reason that we'll probably never get movie figures, because they don't have the license to the movie stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think any of the movie stuff, including 2017.
Oh, wow. Well, could you imagine painting a 2017? That would be terrible.
Yeah, it'd be kind of rough. But I've said this before in the Facebook group for them. The only thing I really want from that movie is Ranger Zordon and Ranger Rita. I would really love to have those.
That'd be cool.
I would also love a Zordon head that I can paint. I don't know what the point of that would be. I don't know how you'd actually put that in the game, but because like he's in the command center, there's really no reason to have him in the game. But there's so much performance art this season.
Why is she doing the Nutcracker in like the middle of the summer?
Well, maybe it's Christmas now. I mean, they're okay. No, think about it. We're at the weather never changes in California at all, as we all know. But it is. Think about it. It is episode 11 in a show that starts in September. So at the point that this airs, it would be around Christmas time.
Yeah, maybe so.
So Jason, you're a dancer and you've been to the Nutcracker. What'd you think of that dancing?
It was good. I didn't see much of it, so.
Were you not paying attention?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I was more paying attention to you guys.
Yeah, Daniel Davis, Power Rangers is relatively cheap to license. But it's just the perfect franchise for a game like that. It was exactly the thing I needed to finally get into miniatures. So didn't she used to be a gymnast? Just like Kimberly? Or was she always a dancer? Oh, okay.
She was, yeah.
Well, that lady should have voiced somebody in the 90s X-Men show, because her accent is about on par.
She could be from Genosha.
With Gambit. So this is why she's going to be worried about her weight, because she's a ballerina.
Well, and because that other girl just straight up said it to her face.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
She said, out for someone with your build.
Well, this is a pretty typical situation for ballerina dancing. But that's redundant, because we're watching Power Rangers. I look too much like Justin. What do I do with my headphones?
What do I do? He's gonna want to get a haircut like tomorrow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's what mom.
Thanks,
thanks,
Stussy. Appreciate it, buddy. Stussy just completely murdered my point I made earlier. He says, just looked it up. This episode aired in May 1997.
I love that they're here now to prove us wrong.
Yeah. I'm starting to think this might have been more fun when we were pre-recorded and nobody could contradict stupid things I said.
Numbor has begun his work.
I didn't realize that this premiered in April. Daniel, that's crazy.
I'm gonna ruin everything.
I love her so much.
Hit her
Those
face.
yahoos.
Her face is so weird.
There are places where she kind of echoes what Rita was like in first and second season, except she's not having to dub over a Japanese actress. Because you remember, like, Rita would say that kind of thing. So, like, oh, I hate those guys. But it's just because it fit in what her mouth was doing.
Yeah.
That's
What activity
horrifying. Okay, Numbor is nightmare fueled.
And he does have numbers.
He's like a phone.
Yeah,
Like
he
an
looks.
ancient phone.
Yeah, he looks like the Noid from Pizza from Domino's Pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what the
He's
what's
like a
with the
cross
face.
between the Noid and a telephone.
This should
He's throwing
keep you
numbers at
two
them.
busy. He throws it two at them.
He's just throwing numbers.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
he-
said this
correct.
should keep you two busy.
Thanks, Jason.
Jokes are always funny when you.
Do you really think this is that funny?
Yeah.
Sesame Street.
DJ, we already had Power Rangers Sesame Street. It's called Zeo. It taught you your shapes and your
Yeah.
numbers. Up to
It
6.
is.
Up to 5, really.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that one he just pushed over. That guy's getting fired.
This episode of Zeo is brought to you by the number 5.
And the shape, a triangle.
This episode is brought
Or
to you
star.
by Zeo Ranger 5.
Hey, DJ, you know what this you know what the scene is really missing? It's really missing a song about the Piranhatrons. It should have gone, watch the piranha, watch the piranha.
Oh man, what if they just randomly accidentally used the Tanga song in one of these episodes?
If they just accidentally put the wrong song and there's no tangas anywhere.
Wait a
They're
minute.
just fighting
They
piranhas.
actually
Watch the
brought that
tanga.
up. Watch and see. They actually.
They put the
did
episode
see.
title in the episode.
Yeah, but they actually brought up C.
So they should have named it the way DJ suggested.
Yeah.
Because it's about weight
They did
and the
it.
sea.
Yeah, they did it in this. So I'm gonna call it a typo.
Netflix's fault. How? Okay. Divatox has the craziest power of anyone ever. How
She
can
can
she
put
make her periscope go anywhere? She can make portals, basically.
And
Her
I think
periscope
it's
goes in a
funny
portal
every time.
and comes out of a drink.
When it comes out of somebody's drink, the ability is, well, periscopes go in water. And
she can
it-
come out anywhere in water, anywhere in the world.
It never gets old.
Okay.
Yeah. If she could shrink herself down to dumpster size, then she could just come out of one of those drink cups.
So 2 things about the arcade machines. 1, they're Japanese
Honest.
machines.
Are they?
And 2,
I keep trying to figure out what they
2
are.
of them are not on.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume they've just been broken this entire time.
Yeah. Ernie's not been around to fix them. He's on vacation.
Stussy says this
Indefinitely.
episode is missing some bombs. That's a good point. We've replaced bombs with
Step
numbers. And I'm glad we finally broke the bomb trope. It's like 6 episodes. What is happening?
The monkey is playing with her periscope in the glass, and it's like actually affecting it.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so this is the downside to that ability, DJ. Because I was about to say nobody ever notices, but the monkeys noticed. But
Yeah,
that's
they were
kind of the
smart.
Bulk and Skull shtick sometimes, right? Where they're like, ah, there's a monster, then nobody else sees the monster, right? Like,
Yeah, they're like Shaggy and Scooby.
Daniel says 8 Bulk and Skull was a mistake. Yes, no one on planet Earth disagrees with you. I want to meet
Elgar's
the
head.
person that thinks that's funny. And enjoyed it all the way through. Even if you thought that was amusing for 5 seconds, I want to meet the person that thought that stayed great. Okay, so DJ, do you feel the way I thought we would, that Numbor is kind of disappointing?
Don't
I don't know.
stand
He's more
right.
terrifying than I was
Don't
expecting.
stand right in the door. The door is gonna smash on you.
But is he scarier than Elgar?
He looks like Waluigi. He has like Waluigi face.
Yeah.
His voice is very unassuming, though.
Sure, whatever you want. Divatox is very consistent in her political incorrectness.
This is like actually more. You made fun of this. I think this is more serious than Power Rangers usually goes.
Oh, you mean in her being worried about her weight, or?
Yeah, I don't think Power Rangers takes anything that serious.
No, that's true. No, I'm just saying that, like, for a TV thing, if you're gonna do something with a drama about dancing, as particularly a ballerina, that's the obvious place to go. But it's not obvious for Power Rangers. That's true.
No, yeah, like they don't do serious things like that. I think, yeah.
No, this feels like a very special episode of Power Rangers, and it's one of those plots that feels like what they kept saying they were going to do in Zeo. You remember that? Because they were like we're gonna make this more of like a serious teen drama, and it never quite got there.
And look at this: the aliens, the spell actually ties into what she's going through. That's a first for this season.
Yeah, and we did that kind of thing in Mighty Morphin, but they were never this like personal of a problem. They were always kind of broader. Yeah. Would you say?
I would say. Like, oh, Rocky likes to play games.
Well, she's up.
Burp, Charlie, is the only way.
She's had too much fizzy lifting drink.
Well, we cut to ribbons. I'm just gonna quote that scene this whole episode.
From now on, let's keep our feet on the ground. Michael says very
washed, and you touch the power chamber, which now has to be washed.
And so you get nothing. Michael says very Goosebumps kind of vibes. I agree with that.
So when he disappears, he turns into code, and then he disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were kind of right about that. You were right about that, Jason. That's cool.
Good call.
Oh, a different angle on Demetria. That's weird. That's kind of cool that we're filming from her perspective.
Yeah, we're doing some cool directing stuff this episode. Camera placement.
Yeah, we got a morph from like above, from Kat's perspective. That's kind of cool.
But yeah, in Mighty Morphin, it was more generically just about personal insecurity, right? It was just, it was a lot of like believe in yourself messages. It wasn't anything as concrete. Like, this is almost like if you did like a drug episode in Power Rangers, you know, or like an alcohol episode or something.
Yeah, it's body dysmorphia. This is a huge thing with teens, even though they're not teens anymore.
Well, yeah, sure. It's body dysmorphia for a 28-year-old Power Ranger, but
well, this is actually about the time period that, because when your metabolism starts slowing down, that women start to experience this. So that's kind of cool.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
Especially dancers.
I mean, not that
gymnasts,
men don't also deal with weight stuff. You know, around that same time, but
I think it's more of an insecurity of women. Just I know it's a generalization. I'm not saying across the board, but I would. But especially women who are like dancers and gymnasts, like my wife.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Once they stop training every single day, it's like they have to change, you know, because they could eat anything back then.
No, you're right. It's more of a body image thing for women most of the time.
And look at this, and he's doing all things about weight. Like everything is tied in this. This is a good episode.
No, you're right. That's and then the Ranger exploded. Oh no, he's fine.
No, he's sinking. Like it's making him super heavy. He's got like a weight ring.
No, this is a really cool idea that she's, and this is what we would have done with this in Mighty Morphin if we had been willing to tackle this kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's like completely tied into the.
Because like you said, the spell is connected, and it's making that insecurity like almost like a horror thing. We're making it literal and scary. It's like, oh, you're worried about your weight? I'm gonna show you like both extremes of the hell of being too light or too heavy.
Yeah.
And it's a magic spell. Like this is what Rita would have done.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's just a cool monster. I mean, he looks goofy and creepy, but it's
but his abilities are really interesting. This is genuinely creative, and like always, I'm wondering what the Sentai was with this. Like, did they also do like a weight gain metaphor thing with it, or was it not metaphorical at all there, and it was just a routine monster that had these powers, and then we actually got creative and said, oh, we could like tell a story with this.
If that's the case, I'm actually impressed with the writers on this one.
Are you proud of them?
Are you proud of the writers?
Oh,
buddy, am I proud of them?
I didn't need it's what's in my heart that counts, but it's Power Rangers, so
yeah, that's standard Power Ranger fare.
Have you not discovered for yourself what is truly important? Why don't you just buck up and say a statement, Demetria?
I mean, that advice is so that's terrible advice. Like
she did. She said it was not me. She actually said a sentence.
Yeah, they always like to treat it like a run-on. It's like it counts as part of the question because she kept talking. Daniel says Divatox is light Rita, so it makes sense she'd do it. I don't know if I agree light Rita, because sometimes I think Divatox is more sadistic than Rita. That's one of the things I like about her. Michael, it's only what's in my heart that counts. Like cholesterol.
So we're right back where we started.
Meanwhile, in the back of the Sentai... You know, this is something we haven't talked about a whole lot.
It was a Pink Ranger episode. We see that.
Interesting. It may have been the same thing.
You make me 6? Seriously?
I didn't miss that. You make me 6.
And then he throws a 6 at her.
Jason's pun meter is hilarious. The things that make him mad and the things that make him laugh, I can't tell. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, I thought he would laugh at that last episode title, but he was like, eh, and then he just won't stop laughing every time we see this episode title, but you make me 6. That's going too far.
That's too far.
Man, this is something we haven't talked about really, but sometimes one of the things that will make cutting back and forth between our footage and the Sentai footage kind of jarring is the difference in cinematography. Like, not just the difference in film quality, but, like, we were talking about liking the camera placement in the command center, and then when you're getting to, you know, the way somebody else is shooting action back in Japan, it can get really jarring. It's like, well, this is not the same show anymore at all.
Oh, it's crazy. Still a great song.
Wouldn't it be really embarrassing if you missed? Where you were taking your red Zord in.
Can't we just, after like space or something, just skip to SPD and Dino Thunder?
No, because there's some cool stuff in there.
Is good.
Yeah, not as good as it could have been, apparently.
I want to do Lightspeed Rescue after space and just skip Lost Galaxy. No.
Well, and I'm really excited to talk about Countdown to Destruction when we get to that.
Justin kept doing this while he was talking. There must be
Stop
something.
rhyming. Can we reserve rhyming for pumpkin rappers?
Yeah, he's a very like. What does that have to do with numbers?
Yeah, I guess, like ear.
Meter.
Yeah, it would be a lot more appropriate. It would just be every time he names a number, he laughs like the count. It's just like, you make me 6, I
don't know if they know about the count in
What
Japan.
is the point of the blinking lights on the front of the Megazord?
The headlights?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a car theme. Hey, there's a bomb.
It looks like it... Oh, okay. So we do have a bomb after all. It
Man,
took me too long to realize that was a motif.
Just...
I felt like they were just repeating themselves for no reason. I'm sorry, what?
All these years, I didn't know Divatox just had like a bomb fetish. Just bombs, every episode, bombs.
Maybe I should hire a temp agency. I love her dialogue. They were just a lot more creative with her than really every other villain up to this point, to be honest with you. As much as I love Zed, like, he didn't get a lot of clever stuff to say. Sometimes he did.
Yeah. Like Hailord Zed.
Michael says, it's to show the Zords are alive. Just be grateful they don't talk. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, why are they doing... It's definitely not Christmas time.
PK.
Like, why are they doing this ballet in the middle of the summer? No, you're absolutely right.
She did one move 3 times. That's all she did in that scene.
What move was it?
It was a PK turn.
PK fire.
Okay, I have a lot of... I'm going to give them a lot of credit, DJ, for not making that a standing ovation.
It was good enough. It was good enough.
A lot of respect for that. Don't stand up. If they shoot back at the crowd, don't stand up. Nope, they're going to pause it right there. Okay. That was interesting.
It's a pretty good episode.
Daniel says Zed was clever at first, but then he got watered down because of parents. Yep, that's true. I don't know if he was, even at the beginning, occasionally he was kind of clever. I think it was more that he was just
scary, but he wasn't really,
Yeah, I don't know how clever he was. Steven says, these bombs are never really threatening if they take so long to go off. Yeah, and if it's that easy to you defuse them, and sometimes the detonators are just crappy. Yeah.
Well, I caught the credits that time, and it was just two chimps in ballerina tutus the whole time. It wasn't even worth it.
Okay, now I'm going to thank Netflix for sparing me.